Hello, everybody. What's up? Good to see you. We get to cover a new case. What are we at? Happy Wednesday, everybody. These are the true crime crew that's been here from the beginning. You folks, hit the like button on your way in. Let's get these episodes into the algorithm. Now, I've been covering the Madeline Soto case quite some time, and I have much more content, but I need to break it up and I need to cover other cases. So what's up? How you doing, Randy B? Good to see you. Haven't caught you in a while. Serenity, what's up? Cindy Rivera. So today I'm covering a really not only important to get out there case, but it's interesting. It's another TikTok star that his life is gone. And I'm going to get into all that. Not only that, but the elections, obviously, they happened yesterday. And this particular TikTok star, Mimi, her name is Minley's Rodriguez, but they call her Mimi Rodriguez. She's a 25-year-old fitness influencer on TikTok, and her life was taken. Her body was found outside of a Walmart. But the interesting thing is that when I'm talking about the elections is that her family went on a campaign and went and endorsed Trump. And my question I pose to you is, what the family calls on Trump, I'm going to show that clip. Can Trump really help close the borders? Can he help? Now, he started, build the wall way back when on the last term. He's back. And I'm not I'm not going to get into politics, who won, who didn't. I don't care. It is what it is. It's happening, and we want to fix the country no matter who is the president. But this family called on him in the last days of his campaigning, and I want to know if he's going to be able to help. So let's what's up, Clar? What's up, Grossi? Good to see you. I saw you earlier. Foxy Amazon. Let's get this in the algorithm, y'all. Let's get this in the algorithm. We love Maddie and we want justice for her, but we have to get justice for other people. And this guy was they call him a migrant, an immigrant, what have you. I mean, we can okay, so this is a TikToker found dead. This is her, and I'm gonna also go into her TikTok because I want you guys to see this. But first, I'm gonna tell you what happened. If you watch Grizzly True Crime, Walmart. She always says Walmart. Why are there always cases with Walmart? Hello, Rebecca. How you doing? Lovely, lovely lady. Good to see you. All right, so that is our TikTok star. Let me break it down for you real quick. Mimi Rodriguez, 25 years old, the fitness influencer with thousands of TikTok followers, was last seen October 22nd, y'all. So while we were thinking, and this is 2024, while we were thinking about Halloween and what we're going to do for my kids' birthdays, her life was taken. She was missing, and they found her a week later. Her disappearance sparked a huge concern among her family and the followers on TikTok, right? If you guys didn't see me for a week, you would be emailing me, you'd be concerned. Now, this lady had a 9-year-old daughter that she left behind. So this hits really close to home for me. After a week of searching, her body was found. So around Halloween, her body was found, discovered near the Walmart store where she was last seen. Okay, and trigger warning, whatever, spoiler alert, that guy right there is the guy that will ultimately be caught. He's the suspected murderer Angel De Jesus Rivera Sanchez. What's up with all those names? An illegal immigrant who had no right to be here was apprehended in Atlanta as he tried to flee back to Mexico. What is up with that, y'all? What is up with that? All right, so let me give you the details, and then we're gonna get into. You're gonna see You're gonna see her TikTok. We're gonna dive into her TikTok. You're gonna see the family campaigning with Trump, endorsing Trump. All right. Now, I did not pick this because of that case. This case happened and the elections happened to happen too. And Trump happened to get elected. So I was like, what is a better way to get this case out there than right here, right now? Very sad to hear this. She's a beautiful young lady. 25 years old is when I met my wife. And that was almost 20 years ago now. So she didn't have that life to live. This angel monster was 24 and he was arrested on October 28th, the day before my daughter's birthday in Atlanta. This happened in Georgia, near Macon, where my brother lives, by the way. It was kidnapping and he took her life. Political reactions to the case have sparked obviously political reactions with calls for stricter border control from Georgia Senate Public Safety Committee Chairman John Albers. All right. Senate Majority Leader Steve Gooch, if you know who that is. Now, Rodriguez Ramirez had over 40,000 followers on TikTok and a mother to a 9-year-old. Like I said, she had just moved to Georgia from Puerto Rico 6 years ago for a job opportunity. And she got a job opportunity. She was a fitness influencer, so she got money from TikTok influencing and whatever job she was able to acquire here. So you come into the United States and you get opportunities. People come to the United States to get opportunities. This guy came into the United States and he took her life. Okay, so that's him. And look at this. You recognize this face? Laken Riley, another university. She's on Georgia Campus University when this monster, I covered Laken Riley, took her life. Another immigrant that shouldn't have been here. All right. Now, I don't care what you call it, political or not. Hit the like button if you like the content that I provide to you and how I present it. It probably is. Probably the internet's probably slow. But yeah, the deal is we want to solve these cases. We celebrated Girls 15 South. Yeah, 200. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. All right, so Laken Riley, let's not forget her. We're still trying to get justice for her. This is not Laken Riley. We're gonna call her. She'd like to be called Mimi. All right, so I'm gonna just do a quick view of that, and then I'll tell you exactly what happened. Then we'll get into the Trump, when they went campaigning. All right, so let's get to this so you can see what the heck I'm talking about rather than just seeing me. And it is good to see you all. I wish I could see you all. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, do hit the thumbs up. Did I put the right one? Oh, I put this in there. This is not the one I wanted to show you yet, but I am going to show you that one. I have a lot of tabs open. Missing Georgia woman TikToker found unalive. All right. No, I can't. I have so many tabs open and I want to do this one. All right. Still wanting to download. Let's get this out of the way.
Just in tonight, a man is facing a murder charge in the death of a Habersham County woman.
It comes a week after the woman's disappearance. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley has the latest on where the case stands tonight.
The walk along Furniture Drive mirrors the path investigators took to find the remains of once missing Minalise Rodriguez. The 25-year-old's family reported her missing last week after she was last seen at the Cornelia Wal-Mart in Habersham.
All right, so her name is Minalise Rodriguez. but she likes to be called Mimi Rodriguez on TikTok. So we're going to get into her TikTok profile. We're going to get into the campaign. We're going to get into the whole deal today. We're going to do a full-blown episode on TikTok star Mimi Rodriguez, found with her life taken a week after she went missing near Walmart by an immigrant. All right? Yeah, hit the like button. And this just happened. Her body was found October 28th. She went missing October 22nd, all in 2024. Like I said, Carrie, while we were getting ready for Halloween, her body was found, right? Okay, let's go. It's brutal. So, trigger warning.
County. The Habersham County Sheriff's Office says the last time anyone heard from her was in a 9:30 p.m. text from her fiancé the night she disappeared. The GBI took over the investigation Friday, calling in the Department of Natural Resources to help find the woman's body. Rodriguez was regarded as a TikTok star who shared her workout videos on social media. GBI agents arrested 24-year-old Angel Rivera Monday on kidnapping charges in connection with Rodriguez's disappearance. He now also faces a murder charge and remains in the Habersham County Detention Center. A judge denied him bond.
We reached out to the Habersham County Sheriff's Office.
All right, so you see the monster that took her life. It's very sad. We cannot bring her back. She was spreading so much positivity and joy in the TikTok community. I don't understand why these things happen, but we can surely get justice for the things that do happen, and we can seek that. So let's watch one more clip. I also want to show you the post that went out on October 25th after she went missing. So there's a lot of information on this case, and I don't know if it's because she is a TikTok star or a TikTok influencer that really brought it to life. All right, let's take a look at her. Flexing really did bring joy to the community and to TikTok. She spread joy, and there's no reason for this to have happened to her. So young. And you could see that I was jamming to that music. Thank you, Minalise or Mimi. Thank you. There's her man, her boyfriend right here, young girl. Minalise Zoe Rodriguez Ramirez, 25, sent a text on October 22nd around 9:30 p.m. to her fiance, which read, "I'm waiting for the brother to pick him up." All right. That's so scary. Can you imagine getting a text message from your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it, and then never seeing them or hearing from them again? And then a week later, their body being found right next to Walmart, the place that everybody goes to apparently for true crime. All right. She was going to get married, and her boyfriend gets this text. She has 50,000 followers. I mean, just imagine if I went missing, if I was gone and I was supposed to do a live and you didn't see me for a week, and my wife got a text message and I never came through after that. Imagine that. And it hits close to home. She has a 9-year-old daughter, and she's a beautiful, beautiful, not only soul, but person. Brought a lot of joy to the community. Good to see you. Hit the like button. Now, this is a good little article here that I got. Awesome. The music they're jamming to is her jam, but it shows the map of where she was found above the Walmart. It says it didn't tell you exactly where, but it was parallel with the parking lot of Walmart located approximately 50 miles north of Athens, Georgia. Okay. This is very sad case. You see where it happens. My brother lives in Macon, Georgia. And yeah, scary Sherry. I can't imagine that horror. I don't want to imagine it. And when you see this young lady on TikTok and you see how she brightens people's day, it's like, how could anybody do that? I just don't get it. Yeah, too much of this happening. Now we have lots of people. Now you just saw Lake and Riley in the same article here, and you're gonna see in a minute how I tie this together. Now, kidnapping, he kidnapped her and then he took her life. No motive is found, but you know. Oh, you want me to circle it, Krista? All right, hold on one second. I'll go back. No problem. Sometimes I go too fast for everybody. All right. I'm going to stop it here. So, right here, it shows runs parallel. There is 250 Furniture Drive, what they call it, and there's the parking lot, and it says located approximately 50 miles north of Athens, but here's where they found her, right here. See this Furniture Drive? Can you let me Krista, I'm doing this for you, so let me know if you can see it. I'm going to take my cursor and go over it right here. So there is Furniture Drive. It's right below that. Right below, or I'm sorry, right here. You see Wal-Mart, and then you see the parking lot, and then right here is Furniture Drive. That's approximately where they found her. So hopefully you can see that. There's 111 people. Now there's 120 people in chat. So do me a favor, hit the like button if you like the content that I bring you and the energy that I bring to these cases. You're welcome, Krista. I'm always wanting to, let people understand and hope they understand exactly what I'm talking about. Hello, Kalista. How you doing? All right. So yeah, there's Walmart. There's the street it runs parallel to, and her body was found. All right, let's finish it so I get to the next clip. All right, New York Post. Thank you, New York Post, for that. Now let's take a look at what the family. Let's take a look at the family and what they did, and then we're going to get into her TikTok profile. I got a really good deep dive kind of. It's not ours, but it's a deep dive episode all in one for you. All right, so the AP called the presidential race for Donald Trump. We know that now. Family of 25-year-old Georgia woman who went missing, found dead, speaks at Trump rally. All right. Now, this is recent, obviously, and now we know who. Again, this is not a political thing that I'm doing here. I'm bringing awareness. Thank you so very much. Bless us all, Scary Sherry. Absolutely. I'm not here to say you're right or you're wrong or who's right or who's wrong. I just want things to be fixed. I want to have a safe world. Bless us all. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. And Grassi, always so kind. Thank you for the Guilty of Crime membership. You guys, trust me, you want that membership. All right. And again, I love this community. I love how you guys are so just awesome with each other and you don't fight. You can agree to disagree, and we can know that we just want to be civil. Now, this is not the one, Krista. Thank you, sweetie. This is not, but I am going to work on a series of TikTok stars. This is not where she was cooked to death. We're going to get into it right now. You didn't miss a thing. All right. All right, this is the family of Minalise, Georgia woman who went missing and found dead near Walmart. All right, so she goes to a Trump rally to speak out to get things changed. Right, we know Trump is the one that started the build the wall, and he's all about closed borders. So who else would you go to?
Thank you. My name is Carmen Ramirez. I'm the mother of Minelli Zoe Rodriguez Ramirez. She was murdered the last Tuesday. I lose my daughter, but I don't lose my faith. And I know Donald Trump is the best choice for the USA. And not the best choice. He's the only one we need.
Now, I really know that this family is hurting and they want the president to help them, close borders. Their daughter is found. Her daughter was found not alive. So yeah, JPL, you're not the only one. My boss didn't even come into work today because he was very upset about Trump winning. My boss. So I hear you. Your son is devastated. People are scared. They're afraid. I get it. I get it. And I wouldn't do that. You say for a trans adult, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my trans adult son. You got to remember, and we got to stay strong together. Okay. It shouldn't just be him. And the reason I'm playing this is because they went to him to help. They didn't know where else to go. All right. But yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Naomi, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I can't imagine losing one of my 3 daughters to an illegal or as a mother of 5. This world needs God and change. No, I'm not American, but I'm human. And that's all you need to be is human, to not want your children to be taken by an illegal or anybody for that matter. All right. So again, we're not political, and I love each and every one of you. And my heart is with this family, and I understand why they would do this. Right. And I understand why each and every one of you feel how you feel. I understand that, Carrie. It's so interesting that you bring this case up. Me and my mom had a conversation today. She was upset about the outcome and almost in tears. I was like, my mom, right? Lots of people are. But we're okay. We're all here for each other.
To save our country. I just want to let you know that everybody have to go and vote. Because just for talking and don't vote, we don't do nothing. Take your friends, take your children, 18 years old. Everybody have to vote. Because that's the only way we're going to save us country. Okay? And I want to let you know that Donald Trump is not a choice. It's just the number one. And Jesus let me come over here today to let you know that I have a 25 years daughter with a lot
There
of
you
life.
go.
And somebody stop her life. And we have to stop with this and keep going with Donald Trump.
Now, I'm not saying that's the solution. What I'm saying is that she lost her daughter recently, and she is fighting for us to be a better country. Now, she said to get out and vote. Now we know this was days before the election. Now we know the outcome, but we need to now come together. And instead of being upset or afraid, we need to come together as people and understand what we need to do and be here for each other. He was the immigrant who killed Nicole in Arizona. Wow, Leanne, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. This poor mom.
I meet Donald Trump in person. He's the most wonderful person that I see, that I know right now. He help us. He be with us all the time as this happen. And he always be there for my family. That's why we always got to be for him all the time. Thank you for everything. Thank you, and don't forget to go and vote. God bless America.
Now let's hope that Trump follows and helps this family to get through this, and let's hope we see him following through to get this man the most get prosecuted and hopefully even kicked out of this country. We don't want this guy here at all. All right, let's take a look at what happened with the border, with the bolo for the missing people, and just remember, everybody, today is a day to come together, not for people to be afraid. Yeah, God bless her. God bless her. Yeah, we need to be there for each other. Fear doesn't help anything. Fear only creates more fear. All right. Yeah, I am heartbroken for her too. She didn't know what else to do, obviously, and that seemed like an option. And hey, it's a good option. You go to the president, right? Habersham County Sheriff Joey Terrell's post. So this was Friday, October 25th, y'all. When we're getting ready for Halloween, there's a bolo that went out. This went out on Facebook. And for the post was updated obviously since then. The photo includes her tattoos. 7:45 on Wednesday. She went missing October 22nd. October 23rd, the sheriff's county office is seeking information about Minlis Rodriguez. She has a few names. All right. Now, this was the Wal-Mart Cornelia. She was wearing a blue hoodie and white shorts. Anyone see her? Dial 911. That's her there. All right. So this was on Facebook. This was, let me see if I'm making sure you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys, Facebook has really been doing quite a bit for the community of true crime and starting pages to help. And I love that. As ask everyone if your child was in for sure. Huh? What I miss? Yeah, or Anna Orlando. That's a good. Don't be divided. Stay together. Nothing gets done when people are separated. Things get done staying together, and it's an absolute it shows you absolutely that coming together gets more things done. Look at the guilty of crime community here. Look at the crime crew. Look at you all that have come together for the last 9 months with me to get people's voices out there, to have people on the show get the victim and to have a voice. Look at what's happening here. So let's remember that. And yeah, absolutely scary, Sherry. Absolutely. And I wish he hadn't been convicted, because he also is a convicted criminal, and therefore that makes people think it's okay. That's not okay. It's not okay to do things like that. But we must come together. We're not going to have a person that saves us. There's not going to be one person that comes into this country and saves us. Okay, we have to save ourselves and each other. Graciela, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Guilty of crime is much better and great to stand for victims. Presidents, prime ministers don't do much. Right. Everyday people, the mother behind the nation, are all of us. All right. And Congress's failure to pass any meaningful immigration reform has stretched to more than 2 decades, over and over. Thank you for saying that, Dawn. I appreciate that. What's up, Kraken Studio? The real booty. How you doing? How you doing? All right. Absolutely. They should send him back. And yes, amen. Yep. Hello, Jack Stormo. How you doing? All right. This is this young lady here. They put some pictures out there. She's got some cool tattoos. This is what she's on TikTok for. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Hopefully there's not too much music on her TikTok, but that's what she was known for. She was a fitness influencer. Yeah, predators are everywhere and anywhere. They know no borders. I agree, Eileen. I agree. But this particular case, that's what we're talking about. And I agree. They know no borders. They have no rules. All right. So this young lady was doing her thing, making her money, finding her income, and this monster took her life. All right. All right. Let's go. I want to go show you her TikTok now. Very devastating for a mother. All right. So you'll see her TikTok, Minalise Zoe Ramirez, and I found her other names as Mimi Rodriguez, because it's Rodriguez Ramirez. That's her. She has 50,000 followers, 50.7 thousand, and you can see what she does there. I mean, absolutely disgusting. History of DV. What do you mean? It is scary, Jax, and that's why I'm here too. I put myself out there. I'm out there. I'm out there doing this YouTube channel, and I try to stay safe, but you can't have access to a bunch of people, and a bunch of people can't have access to you by hiding. You cannot hide. Yeah, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. Yeah, there'll definitely be members only content coming soon. I appreciate that. All right, let's look at her TikTok. Let's look at the things that she was doing out there. She acquired 50,000 followers. I started following her too. It must be on my other account. I'm not logged into this one. So beautiful young lady. Let's see if we can hear something she says. She speaks Spanish a lot. 1.8
Hola, soy
million.
Mimi, como todos me conocen. Bueno, vengo aquí con un tema, no sé si les ha pasado que tú como persona quieres lograr un emprendimiento. Bueno, yo agarré la clase
All right, well, she speaks Spanish, so look at that. 505,375.
Hola, como todos saben, soy Minelli y voy a contar la cuarta parte de por qué estuve en la cárcel a los 13 años. Bueno, muchas me han estado preguntando que cómo fue la comida. La comida fue excelente, créeme. Yo creo que yo pesaba como unas 80 libras y salí con unas 100 o con unas 115 por ahí, recordándome, ¿verdad? En cuestión de la
All right, let's see. I want to see if I can find real quick. I love watching these, especially after, when it commemorates somebody and we know they're no longer there. It's like,
Hola
wow.
chicas, como les prometí, esta es mi sala actualmente. Hace mucho tiempo no me he dedicado en cuestión de decoración, ya que pues tuve unos meses un poco tenso, porque pues, yo estaba embarazada, tuve la pérdida de mi bebé. Vamos a decorar de Christmas, aunque estemos en octubre, pero sé que nosotros los puertorriqueños nos adelantamos, así que te voy a enseñar. Antes que todo, voy a limpiar primero y después voy a ir armando el árbol de Navidad.
Yeah, she does speak beautifully. I thank you, Grassi. Thank you for translating some of that for us. She said she was in jail when she was 13. Let's take a look at this fitness video. There she has another one, a boxing class. I mean, this young lady is just something else. Oh, they're gonna dox me for that music, and that's okay. But I mean, she's into fitness. We're gonna look at her doing some boxing. Look at her doing a boxing class. They're gonna dox me for the music. That's okay. I'll put out. Yes, she is Puerto Rican. Yes, she is. And Puerto Rico is part of the United States, so you don't even need a passport to come back and forth. That's a good question, Michelle, and I love you guys for asking questions. I wonder if he was stalking her on TikTok. There's a possibility. It's such a small world and yet a big world at the same time, right? Her accent sounds like it. Oh, she is Puerto Rican. You got that right. All right. Let's look at a couple others. I wanted you to kind of see who this girl is before you just see that her life was taken. I can't play music like that, so I'm just showing you quick first class of boxing. Is that right, Grassi? Okay. Kraken Studio says ignorance once told me something about wild about illegals. Then I told them a 14-year-old Guatemalan who barely escaped the gangs by eating cat food all the way to Mexico before crossing shuts them up fast. I love you, Kraken Studio. I don't know exactly who you are, but your comments are on point. No, you thought it was her fiance that took her life? No. I'm gonna do. There was a news. There is a news long crime, I'm sorry, sidebar that tells the story, and I'm going to tell you the story with them right now when we're done here, so that way you can see the full thing and you have everything you need in one episode. All right, but she's beautiful. She brought great energy. She was an influencer. She did all the right things.
Ay, no, ese no era todo. El tema es que vengo a cocinar unos espaguetis de proteína, ya que estoy ya del gimnasio. Aquí tenemos unas meatballs, también son de proteína. Pero sí, tú misma, la que tiene la cuenta restringida, pero la chocha pública.
I like her style. She's funny. It's awesome. So let's watch this together. Thank you all for being here. Do hit that like button if you like spending time with me and me presenting cases to you, because I love being here with you. So now, yeah, I'm heartbroken about this, but let's get justice here, okay? And let's watch this together, y'all. Let's see. Missing TikTok mom found with her life taken outside of Walmart in Georgia. Right? This is her fiance. He did not take her life. This illegal immigrant did.
The night she disappeared. But then you fast forward 1 week after her disappearance and her body was found. With her alleged killer now behind bars, we're going to break down the complexities of this case with criminal defense attorney Meg Strickler. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We have a really
All right, that's what we're listening to today is what happened. Now, I came in hot and said TikTok star found dead near Walmart. Family calls for Trump to help. Can Trump help? Is Trump going to help with the borders? Is it going to help or is it going to hurt? Because so many people are not happy about today. But we want to come together, and I ask you all to come together with me. Okay, are you 6 hours in front of the UK? That's a good question. I'm on 4:36 p.m. Leanne. It's 4:36 p.m. right now. It's the afternoon. All right. So let's listen to this together and let's come together. Whoever watches this, like, share, subscribe, and make sure that if you're watching this, you come together with me, Guilty of Crime, and the crime crew. All right.
Really tragic situation that we want to talk to you about out of Georgia, and a strange one too. So we're talking about 25-year-old fitness TikToker Manelis Zoe Rodriguez Ramirez, called Mimi by her friends and family. She went on a shopping trip to Walmart that she never returned from. Her fiance says that he received a suspicious text from her phone just days before she was found dead near that Walmart store in Cornelia, Georgia. This is a small town that's northeast of Atlanta. On the night of October 22nd, Manelis reportedly went to the Walmart to sell someone a photo she had taken. Not entirely clear what that was about. But according to a cashier, Manelis entered the store at around 9:30 p.m. and she was texting her fiance, Julio Tover, while she...
All right, there you go. We're starting to get the complete story, everybody. I gave you the 1,000-foot overview, and now you're getting the details. That's Julio Tovar's Facebook book, courtesy of, and hello, Sharon Belko. You made my day today. Thank you so much. Sharon sent me a beautiful message this morning that really sparked my morning. And then she sent me a $25 cash app. So thank you so much, Sharon, or Venmo, whatever one it was. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for brightening my day. Thank you. That's right. Attitude. The only thing that can defeat the division is us rejecting it. Agreed. Agreed. The only thing that we can do is begin to start fearing things and letting it get the best of us. Don't do that. I beg you guys not to do that. I've struggled my whole life to raise above other people that want to say bad things just for what I look like or who I am. So I beg you all to come together and rise above the fear of anything that's happening. Yeah, let's all help Guilty of Crime and you. Let's come together for us, okay? All right, let's listen about this young lady, 25 years old. That's how old my son is. And she has a 9-year-old daughter.
She was in the store. Eventually, Tover went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and saw that she hadn't come home. And when he checks his phone, he sees this text message reportedly from Manelis' phone that just didn't look right to him. It read, "I am waiting for the brother to pick him up." Now, Tovar told the news outlet Now Habersham that this made him kind of suspicious because Manelis didn't really talk like that. So a search was launched that same day, and authorities began to uncover clues as to what happened to this missing mother. Well, first of all, they found Manelis' vehicle pulled over to the side of the road near that Walmart on Hazel Creek Road. Then, according to Now Habersham, witnesses told them that they saw a dark-colored SUV and a gold or yellow minivan next to Manelis' vehicle at some point in time. Then, a few days later, and before they had even found her body, authorities arrested this man, 24-year-old Angel de Jesus Rivera Sanchez, on charges of kidnapping related to Manelis' disappearance. And it was just one day after this that the search for Manelis came to a tragic end. Police discovered her remains in a remote area across from that Walmart. Officials said they were able to identify her.
So see, as we got into this, and we got into this and we saw her social media, we saw her family. Let's see. Kraken says guilty of crime. All creators, even us middle-aged Gen Xers, need to protect our safety. We are very public. That does not mean we are fair game to people in person. Absolutely agree with you. Absolutely 110% agree. And I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And all of us, today is a good day. Today is not a sad day. Today is not a day to fear. Nothing has changed except the president, but we're not gonna don't let that affect your immediate life. If you're feeling bad about it or a certain way, do not let that get you down. Look at me. I don't let that get me down on a daily basis when people say bad things. So don't let it get you down. She had a child my daughter's age, and she was my son's age. My son's 25, my daughter just turned 10. Very close to home with that. And then Walmart, where do we all shop at Walmart, right? I don't, but
her by her very distinctive tattoos. Now, obviously, there are many unanswered questions here. First of all, it's unclear who she was actually meeting up with at this Walmart. Second, we don't know if her alleged encounter was with this suspect, was it with somebody else?
You know what? I'm gonna bet that it was with this guy. We were wondering if he was stalking her on TikTok. I'm almost gonna guarantee you that this guy was probably following her on TikTok, and they said that she was going to meet somebody to sell them a photo. And I'm glad to make you smile. I have distinctive tattoos, y'all. So if I go missing, you know where to find me by my tattoos, all right? All right. There's always a Walmart in true crime. You're absolutely right. Ask Grizzly True Crime.
Was this random? Was there any kind of connection between her and the person who has been arrested? And we also don't know the cause or the manner of Manelis's death yet, as we're waiting for the GBI medical examiner's office to release the findings of that autopsy. But what we do know is that following the discovery of her remains, the GBI indicated that they intend to hold Rivera Sanchez accountable for this crime, according to their official press release on health.
Now, this is another one. It's Jocelyn Nungarai, my tie. Jocelyn Nungarai was the one that also got kidnapped and essayed by undocumented migrants. There's also Lake and Riley, and now we have Mimi Rodriguez. All right. So I've covered lots of these cases like this, and this is not the same one, but you're right. You're right. Yeah, Jay, I never go missing. They always return me. Right. Thank you, Miss Oden. I love you, and we gotta stay positive.
De Jesus Rivera Sanchez, 24, also of Cornelia, will be charged with murder in connection to Rodriguez Ramirez's death. He was booked into the Habersham County Detention Center. He could be facing more charges. We'll see. And Manelis, though, I will tell you, she had more than 20,000 followers on TikTok. That's substantial. And she
actually had 50,000 followers. There you go. I'm glad we took a look at her TikTok first. She's so pretty, and I love her. I love her smile and her energy. Man, she'll be missed, I'm sure.
Posted on the app, including on the day that she went missing. And I mentioned that she's a mother. She was the mother of a 9-year-old daughter, and she had moved to Georgia from Puerto Rico 6 years ago after being offered a job at a manufacturing company, Mount Vernon Hills, Inc. Her fiance told Habersham Now that Manelis treasured her daughter, talked about her often. In one video posted just days before her disappearance, she even spoke of her dreams for her. So you're just seeing this is a really, really sad situation and a strange one. Hey, by the way, thank you for staying with us as we cover this story. I know it's not an easy one to hear, but
all right, we're not going to listen to that. Let's listen to this lady as we break this down.
From Atlanta, Georgia, Meg Strickler, to talk more about this. Meg, thanks so much for coming on. First of all, this area where this happened, talk to me what you know about it or don't know about it.
Yeah, it's up in the northeast corner of Georgia. And I've been practicing here in Georgia for, a good minute. So I've been to this county a few times. I don't want to say a lot of times. And I had to look it up again. We have 158 counties in this state. So when I'm called about a client, I almost always whip out my map to see where this is. So it's rural. It's a bit, we call it mountainous. I know other states might giggle over that, but it's in the Georgia foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So we call it mountains because in Atlanta,
that's actually really beautiful right there, folks. That's really beautiful. When you think of Atlanta, Georgia, you don't think about it being like that, but look at that beautiful picture in the background. Miguel, Evil Knows No Borders, unfortunately. So sad for her family, but I'm so glad that they caught this guy. So very glad. And yeah, anyone's aware the Venezuelan prisons are all empty. They let that sink in. Who's here? I agree. Yeah, gorgeous, right? Daniel Calavante. Yeah, he was here illegally, wanted Brazil for a crime, and then he took his girlfriend in front of the daughter. Escape. Yes, I know that Danielo Calavante case too. Know that very well. Very much ripple effects, y'all. And I love you guys. Thank you for being here today. We have 130 people in chat, and it's rare that we have less than 200. So let's enjoy each other right now because we don't get to talk as much as we get to now. All right. Right now it's awesome. Nice and chill.
It's flat. So it's a very pretty area. There's some pretty falls there. But it is a small town. So the fact that they're all from the same town makes me think there's much more to this story than what we're initially hearing. She perhaps knew this individual.
What do you think is going on here? I mean, the idea of going to a Walmart to sell a photo, she winds up dead. There's the weird text message. What are you thinking?
I can guarantee the Celebrate report that's taken from her phone and from the individual who was arrested's phone.
That's what I said.
To be pivotal here because there's GPS coordinates on our phone. There's GPS coordinates. There's our text messages. There's the TikTok messages. There's the Instagram messages. There's all the direct messages. That's on the phone, and they can download it into a 100,000-page document and then search on it. So this will be, I think, the key. Okay. Also, the car that was found abandoned, if it's a newer car, there's like a black box on cars these days. So it'll tell you the coordinates of where the car had been. Not all cars have it yet, but we're in 2024. We're getting there. So I didn't read in any part of the research in this case, how old the car was or these kinds of things. But that's what the GBI is doing right now. And also video. There's videos everywhere. Walmart parking lots, you better believe there's video. And also, I didn't understand we're selling a photo. There's more to that story too. Well, what does that even mean? I don't understand that part.
The fact that her body was found a week later and it was so close to the Walmart, is that strange to you?
That is strange and very, very sad. I don't understand that. And maybe there was something like a red herring that made law enforcement look over here and didn't think to look over here. That happens in investigations. They have an investigative thread and they just keep going down that thread.
And think about this, y'all. Think about this. Think about them not finding her body or not catching this guy, or finding her body and not catching the guy, or her just going missing for years and years and years and her family never knowing. So it's all bad. All those scenarios are bad, but this is probably the best case scenario. They found her and they caught the guy. Now, it would have been much better had this not happened at all, but it did, and we're here together to report on it. All right.
And they didn't think to look over here. That's the only thing I can think of, is that they were really focusing on something else. And then when they started to realize it was this individual, they started looking over here. And you notice the time frame. He's arrested, and the next day they find her remains. There's some, my guess is some information they were able to ascertain from him.
From him, right? Because so he's brought up on kidnapping charges, then her body's found, and now there's talk about him being charged with murder. You think he might have revealed something?
Yeah, or his phone again, or family members, or just more talking to folks. I mean, we don't know. Who knows? Because you remember, the law enforcement is canvassing. So they went to the Walmart and they're talking to employees, and perhaps maybe some employee that hadn't worked that day when law enforcement came now returned the call to the GBI investigator. You really don't know what tipped it. But I mean, you and I can both guess. I think it was he who, when spoken to, accidentally let something slip. As you know, and I know both, that the worst thing to do is to talk. Just when you're a defendant.
Well, I mean, from a prosecutor's point of view and a law enforcement point of view, they love a suspect to talk. I did find it strange. So the cashier says that she entered the Walmart, but then, Manel's car is found on the side of the road, not in the parking lot. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's the part where I think the video surveillance may be very helpful, because there's cameras within Walmart, so we might see her here, here, and here. We're going to look.
And as this case progresses, folks, I will definitely be giving you updates. If we have footage from the cameras, I'll bring you that. Mai Tai, I love it. The fact that you literally have to be on your P's and Q's is insane. I truly pray and hope for the safety of love, humanity for all. I agree. And bring these cases to light so that we can get justice. Let's hope that there's a complete and utter justice. They got partial justice at this point, the fact that they found the daughter's body and that he got caught. But let's see what comes after that. It still infuriates me that you can't be a TikTok influencer and not go missing or something bad happened to you. There's too many of these cases as well.
Look for the receipts, the cashier receipts. Did she check out? Did she drive somewhere? There's a big mystery there. Or did the person that was arrested move her car once she was murdered to try to throw off investigators? And that even shows that if that is the case and it's proven, then that makes this gentleman that case much more difficult to defend because it's showing intent with respect to murdering her, but then intent to cover it up. And no one can argue any kind of heat of the moment or anything like this if you went ahead and cleaned up after yourself. Makes it look much more awful.
I have to ask you about this text message, right? So Mr. Tover goes to sleep, wakes up the next morning, sees that Nelson's not home, checks his phone, and then he sees this text message that is apparently from Nelson's phone, but of course we don't know if it was from her, if it was from somebody else. And again, I'm going to reiterate it. I'm waiting for the brother to pick him up. I find that to be a strange aspect of that story. I don't know even what that means.
Well, I have a suspicion that it will mean something because Tover pointed it out, because it's out in the media, and because it's so bizarre. We all text amongst each other, and there are times we might text something like by accident to, I might text.
That's what I was thinking. Wouldn't that be weird if this guy had her phone and was he was thinking, because, after you kidnap somebody and then take their life, and you've got this phone, you got that phone, he obviously had access into the phone. Wouldn't that be odd if he was texting from her phone and he texted the wrong thing while his mind was racing? That's so weird and odd. But I think we will find out as well. And there's a good possibility that he may even plea with them. There may be some kind of him. When I say plea, he may plead guilty and rather than not guilty to this case, because they feel like they have enough evidence to tie him to this, an overwhelming amount with the body.
When I'm meant to text my daughter, these things occur, but then there's context with whom I'm supposed to be texting. So I don't think that's what occurred. I think she was talking in some sort of code to try to help. That I'm in trouble here, please help. That's how I read it. Doesn't mean I'm right.
And by the way, going back to the car, because there's so many different aspects of the story, I don't even know what I want to focus on first, but the car, right? So it ends up on the side of the road, and witnesses say they saw other vehicles alongside it. You mentioned surveillance footage. What do you think's happening there, and trying to identify who those vehicles are, who is driving them, right? I imagine that's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, and hopefully this is in a more active part of the town. When you get into rural Georgia, there are parts, where the roads are doing this and there's trees and there's houses that are far away. If it's in that part, we're not going to have too many cameras. But if it's in where the town square is, so to speak, there's going, and where Sitcos are and where, Quick Trips are or whatever, that's what our gas stations are called down here. There could very well be some surveillance from the gas stations, from residences, their Ring doorbells. They're knocking on every door for the entire route. They're mapping out the route on a big board.
All right, I thought I'd make you guys smile with some puppy love here. Yes, Kraken Studio. First you saw Wes, my boy, and then here's my girl, Bowie. Here's my little girl. She's my baby. Oh, look at her. She just got a haircut, looking all fly. I love my puppies. Yeah, she's only 4 pounds. She's a multi-poo. Isn't she adorable, y'all? I wanted to make you guys smile and comment and chat and show some love. And understand that this world is filled with puppy dogs, and it can be filled with puppy dogs and love. It's how we bring it, all right? So we can be talking about a case like this, and still there can be some light. I'm going to play this and hold her.
And I kid you not, they do that. And they go and they say, okay, let's see who might have video surveillance. And they run out immediately to try to get that because all of the companies out there will recycle the video. So then they sometimes it gets deleted. So that's like one of the first things they do is to go knock on people's doors, so to speak, and especially residences. When we have just your basic rings, that video is going to get disappeared more quickly than, say, a commercial business. So that's step one. Step two is to run the VINs on all of those cars. Who do they belong to? And then go contact them. I mean, it's a lot of legwork, but that's what law enforcement does. And they're going to get all of this and put it into a big pile and say, okay, what do we have on this tapestry? And what is it have we drawn? And what do we know? And then the key part is they've got to start getting to the point of trial, which will be 3 years from now, getting the evidence today while it's still fresh. That's the key pivotal.
All right. Now keep that in mind. She just said something that's very smart. She said trial and 3 years from now, which is typical, 2 to 5 years when you're looking at a capital case. And kidnapping and taking our life is probably a capital case. All right. Thank you, Synth. I appreciate that. And I'm glad to see you all. Everybody's talking about their puppies now. You have a poodle. Yeah, mine's a multi-poo, a mini one. She's a small 4-pound one. Yeah, don't walk outside in a parking lot alone, especially don't put your headphones on and blast them. We should know that one by now. All right. But the important thing is it's going to take like 3 years.
Part. And it's a lot of stress and work on law enforcement. And they usually do a really good job.
I wanted to ask you this about the fact that he might be charged with murder, right? So what are the requirements to charge somebody with murder in this kind of situation? Is it multiple charges of murder? Would they be charged with first-degree murder? Would they be charged with felony murder? So if it was killing during the course of a kidnapping? Talk to me about what we can expect there.
Yeah, it's a good question. And that is, again, down the line. Right now, they're arresting charges. So there's going to be murder. He's going to be put in jail, and he probably won't be able to bond out because those charges are not bondable. And he can get out if he's got a great lawyer who can argue that he'll be fine on bond. It's a rarity with murder. It can occur, but it's a rarity. So I don't think he's getting out. But what you're asking is when it's formally charged in an indictment. And that's kind of a strategical decision on the prosecutor's part. Do they want to stack the charges and have like 15 charges, like you said? Could be abuse of corpse. It could be the kidnapping. Could be felony murder. Could be aggravated assault. Could be aggravated battery. I mean, we don't know what does the body show? Like, how was she murdered? I mean, are there bullets? Is there strangulation? Is there suffocation? I mean, we don't know those details. But when all those come, the prosecutor decides.
And I bet you guys want to know what happened. I bet you want to know what was the cause of death, right? I bet you want to know that. I bet you want to know all the details. Remember, this just happened. They just found her body October 28th, so it's very, very new. Lynette says, my BFF was kidnapped and unalived in Maricopa, Arizona in 1999, and the guilty person is able to do appeal after appeal. Yep, Sarah Boone wants an appeal already. We know that. We know that that's how it works. These people have almost more rights than the victim does, right? All right, let's keep going.
Sides. I mean, honestly, how they're going to secure a conviction, which charges will really work. And each prosecutor's office marches to a different drummer. Some love to add a billion, okay? Because then as a defense lawyer, as a juror, they're like, oh, they're guilty. They have 42 charges. Some like to just charge one. And it really is kind of I don't even know how to describe it. Sometimes it just depends. I know that's not really a great answer, but it's the truth.
Well, let me ask you this. What about the idea of when we're going to get more information about what happened to her? How does the GBI usually work? How do they work?
There it is. We're on our last 5 minutes of this, y'all. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the content that I provide. I'm doing more cases this week other than the Madeline Soto case, which, of course, we'll come back to as soon as I get more information that I think needs to come out to you. So please do. And as this case progresses, we'll know when we hear toxicology, etc., right? COD, all that.
In terms of releasing information about her cause of death, I'm sure the family would be notified before the general public and the media. But what can we expect and when can we expect it?
There should be a preliminary hearing scheduled at some point. I did not Google that to find out if that's been scheduled yet, but since he is arrested and he won't get out on bond, there should be a preliminary hearing. That's what happens here in Georgia. Every state's different. I'm licensed in a couple states. So here in Georgia, we do a thing called a preliminary hearing, probable cause hearing, same term of art. And if the lawyer who represents him says, I want to have the preliminary hearing, we love those because we can then do information gathering. That's what I want.
Defense attorneys love that.
Yes. We love those because we're able to, and I won't say bend the rules, but I try my hardest to limit the discovery right then and there. So I'll ask the detective video, audio, these kinds of things. And I get them to limit themselves on formal testimony so that then when I go back at trial 3 years later, I can then cross-examine him and impeach him on what he said earlier on. I know I'm getting too intricate here, but it is one of my favorite things to do. And in my career, I wish we had more of them, but it is what it is. With that said, sometimes we waive them. And that seems to be more the norm today, so it won't happen. So you're asking, when will we get information? If a prelim is had, we're going to get some good data, some information,
And they do have to have a preliminary hearing. Remember, let's relate this to Stephen Stern's case, how there's been hearings. He didn't show up to some. He went to the last one. These are all the same processes, folks. So as you're watching these cases with me, you're also learning what happens throughout the legal system, happens across the board. It's not a surprise sometimes, and then other times there's always going to be appeals over and over and over. There's always going to be cases that take 2 to 5 years. Capital cases take closer to 5 years. So we're learning something as we watch this, and I'm a big nerd. I'm a true crime nerd, that's for sure. All right, we're almost done with this. This lady is, I love it. She's giving us lots of information.
Hows, wheres, and what's.
Why would someone waive it?
Well, a lot of times, not necessarily murder, but other cases a little lower. We waive it because the prosecutor holds it against us. I'm just giving my personal opinion. Yep. I'm very cynical towards prosecution, as you hear me. That we will waive it because they'll say, I'll let your guy out in bond if you waive the prelim. Okay, fine, I waive it. I mean, easy breezy. In murder cases, sometimes we may waive it if there's something else going on that the prosecutor, we kind of agree this is the better way of doing it. And so it's behind the scenes, another strategical decision on our part whether or not to waive it.
Well, talking about behind the scenes, I'll let everybody know the GBI is still seeking answers in this case. They're urging anybody with information to contact their tip line. So we're going to put the number on the screen there for you in case you have any information. And you can also submit any tips online at the GBI's official website.
All right. So that was awesome. That was a good case introduction to this. I'm going to put this lady on the screen. You guys should go follow her, see what happens. I bet you that once you follow this, you're going to get some other information. She's so, yeah, it's Puerto Rican. Yeah, Puerto Rican. So as you, if you follow her, I bet you'll be able to follow the case as well. People are going to be posting and tagging her in it. So you'll see what I see. But I do think that, I leave it on this note because she's leaving. She left light and love in this world. And what she was doing was so positive. All she wanted to do was have a better life and be here and make money the right way. All right. What's up, Simply Nikki? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So that TikTok star, 25 years old, life was taken. She had 50,000 followers. I suggest you go follow her. How cute. Can I see a picture of my Sammy? This is Bowie here. This is Bowie. She Bowie. Look at her eyes. Aren't they beautiful? So we're looking at a beautiful dog and a beautiful soul that was taken way too soon. All right. These cases are being charged and deported. Departed. No, I don't know that. We're going to find that out as we go. And I want you guys to, Puerto Rican Kenya is a definitely a mouthful. We don't know, but I will keep you guys posted as we go. Say a prayer for Mimi to get justice and her family. And we want them to get deported as well, but that's probably not going to happen. Always a charmer. Justice for Minless Zoe. Yes. All right. I'm going to take this down, and Bowie and I are going to say goodnight to you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Both of us will be back tomorrow to present another true crime case. Tomorrow I'm talking about Tiffany Lucas. She took her two little boys, innocent little boys' life with a gun. She pulled the trigger on them and took her whole family out. Tiffany Lucas. So I'm going to present that to you. She pled guilty. We're going to check that out. We're going to watch some body cam footage together. Thank you, Mama Sage. Says you're a beautiful soul, Jay. And all of you guys are such wonderful people. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button. Share this on your way out. Or when you get out of here, share it. I love you all and have a beautiful night. And remember, stay positive because Bowie says so. Love you guys.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?